Hi everyone, it's your girl 𝕨𝕚𝕚, and the topic of today is why is this journey so painful? Why do we experience so much pain on this journey, especially after separation? And Spirit actually gave me a visual on what actually happens to the spirit body, why your body does all these crazy things. Suddenly you go from experiencing this amazing love to all of a sudden just experiencing complete devastation, body aches, body pains. You don't want to get out of bed. You can't keep a straight thought. Like your mind is all over the place. And there is definitely a spiritual, this whole thing is spiritual. That's the purpose of the twin flame. It's your spiritual awakening, you stepping into your purpose. But I do want to explain that the reason for my videos is this. And this was actually explained to me through Spirit as well, was I have been to some readers before who told me things about myself, specifically spiritual things, past life things. And I remember after those readings, or I guess you could say chart readings, because some of them looked at my birth chart, I remember sometimes I'd feel energy moving through me. I'd feel blockages within certain chakras being released. Really, really crazy. Like I can't even describe it. So that's basically the purpose of my videos, is I'm here to relay messages from the universe, from source, in hopes of you kind of having similar experiences where things just kind of click for you, where you hear something and yourself might not hear it, but your spirit self hears it, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it makes sense, but hopefully it does to people who need to hear it. So you need to look at life like this. Okay, we all go through life. We all have our disappointments. We all have our traumas, our great moments, and we have our bad moments. And all of those moments imprint on the spirit body. Obviously, the great moments add a light to our aura, and the trauma and the dark experiences add kind of like basically a wound within the spirit body. What happens as we go through life is the ego starts to protect itself from preventing us from feeling any of those things again. So say you had your heart broken. Your ego is going to say, okay, no more love. We're going to get rid of love. You can go on dates. You can go and have fun, but you're not going to fall in love. You're always going to have that wall up because we got to protect your heart. Say you try to, you try something new. It fails, you feel humiliated, you feel upset, you feel really upset with yourself. But your ego says, okay, we're never going to shoot that high again. We're always going to shoot below, because that way we know that you'll be successful. We're always going to go less than what you want, because if we go less than what you want, then, there's no chance of failure. That's what the ego does. Okay, when you meet the twin flame, what happens is all those little wounds, all those little dark pockets within you that were hurt, that were traumatized, suddenly are enlightened, are awakened when you experience the twin flame separation, kind of like shining a light on those parts of you that were suddenly hidden and you forgot about and were keeping you safe and preventing you from getting hurt again. All those wounds are woken up again. And that's what is causing that pain. Now people can say, oh, well, I love my twin, this and this. You may have or you may not have. But the main thing that's happening during this is all those parts of you are being awakened so you can heal them and you can live your best life. The abandonment issues, the low self-esteem, the fear of trying, the fear of falling in love, the fear of, all those things that you want to push down are suddenly coming up and saying, okay, we're still here and we're the reason why you're not living your best life right now. So I'm hoping that visual kind of gave you a good example of what it is that's happening, because it's not your twin flame doing anything. Maybe they very well have done something that may have made you upset, but the whole actual experience of the separation and, the body shakes, the body pain, the heartbreak, feeling your heart just completely broken, all the things that I've read online are people are like, I feel like my life has turned upside down. My life is... Because you're feeling all this pain again. Think about every dark moment that you had in your life that you completely ignored, that you pushed aside, and you're like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm just going to move on with my life. It's all coming back up to be healed and released, and to help you step into your purpose without any fear. Because those things cause fear within you, whether you notice it or not. Right? Fear of abandonment, fear of being hurt, fear of trying new things, fear of going against the grain. Like, all those things caused basically at this point in your life after the whole activation is you're swimming against a very sharp, very harsh current. That's what's happening now. And I know that's not what people want to hear, because everyone's like, oh, I just want to hear about my divine masculine. I just want to hear that they're coming back. But that's not what your focus should be, because it's a twin flame activation. This is your spiritual ascension. It's not for you to find Prince Charming or Miss Charming and go and run off into the sunset and they tell you that everything's great and everything's healed. This is your side of what needs to happen. This is you stepping into your purpose. This is you grounding the energy, and this is you healing those parts of yourself. You know, there's certain spiritualists out there that say, you know, don't worry about shadow work, don't worry about that, just step into your purpose. Yeah, but in my opinion, the two go hand in hand. The moment you start stepping into your purpose, the energy starts moving through you, and old things come up to be released. So, you know, you can avoid it, you can ignore it, but those things are going to come up. And that's why it's so painful, is because you're going against all those things that you were told you weren't good enough, you weren't smart enough. Okay, you know what, you're going to live this way, you're going to live that way, you can't excel in that. It's all that stuff is coming up, and all those things, you know, you need to face. And it's time for you to step into your purpose. So I hope that example made sense. I know I'm kind of all over the place in this one, but yeah, I think that's it for this video. I love you guys so much. Take care.